What up, what up, what up, everybody? What up, world? Welcome. Welcome to episode number 40. It's our anniversary. Y'all ain't know I had pipes like that. It's our anniversary. First of all, shout out to the new graphics, okay? Put in a lot of work on these graphics. Y'all need to appreciate these graphics. Y'all might not see no graphics this amazing ever again. Yeah, man. Shout out to y'all. Got some folks jumping on. Got a few people coming. But shout out to everybody. It's episode number 40. Episode number 40. Very, very, very happy. One, because I know it was a goal of mine was to get to 40 by the time that our year mark came around. And, now, obviously, we've been doing like 3 episodes a week the past few weeks. So, you know, we're super, super excited about getting there, though. 40 episodes. It's been 1 year. To the date, as a matter of fact, literally a year ago today, we did our first episode. My main man, Blue, of the Blue Report, the Angry Puerto Rican, Anthony Roman. We got together, and we've been doing like some little podcast type things on Instagram Live before, and then like when during the finals, I know, y'all know we started with the finals, doing live reactions on Instagram to the finals. And so, year ago today, we started, did our first podcast. Now, to be fair, for those of you that have been been following us, some of you know what, look, man, it's been a little ride. We tried to get the first episode off. Matter of fact, first episode ain't even available anywhere on YouTube. I still have it, but it's not available on YouTube. It's not available I don't think on Instagram. I don't think it's available on nothing. It was copyrighted. I was trying to be smart and use some commercials, some fake commercials to give us a break. And I got flagged for it. Learned, and that's kind of what this whole episode is about, is that I've learned a lot in the last 52 weeks, the last 39 episodes prior to this one. But we're happy, man. I'm happy. We happy. Everybody that's working with us is happy. And look, it's a lot on the horizon. A lot on the horizon. So, again, shout out to y'all. And we'll go ahead and get started. First thing first, while everybody's joining, the announcements for sure. We are super stoked. Super stoked about the Fanatic Sports Podcast, the Fantasy Football League. That's nothing that we wanted to do last year. And so the Angry Puerto Rican and I, finally put pen to paper and got things taken care of. And so then these awesome ideas started coming our way, giving us the opportunity to, not just have a fantasy football league with a few of our, awesome friends and sponsors and fans, but we also got the opportunity to have, we're creating content out of this, which, for those who know, as the kids say, if you know, it's work, creating this content, but we're getting the opportunity to do it, and we're very, very excited about it. So very, very excited. It's going to be a chance to, create content. So what you can expect from the Fanatic Sports Podcast Fantasy Football League will be that you'll see, weekly updates talking about each matchup, right? There's going to be 13 teams in the league. Somebody might have a bye week. Oof. But look, I mean, we might make it a 14th team. We'll figure it out. But with that Fanatic Sports Podcast Fantasy Football League, there's going to be content, right? We're talking about, studs of the week, duds of the week, the waiver wire wonders, right? The people who, you pick them up off the waiver wire right on time. You find a way to start them, and boom, they blow up the league, and they go for 30 points. They were only supposed to get 5. Look, the guys that were supposed to go for 15, they only got 5. You know what I mean? Like that. If y'all know fantasy football, that there's the highs and lows of this. So we're looking forward to that. So each week there'll be a session. We'll sit down and chat it up. We'll talk about who had the best pickups, who had the best performances, the worst performances. What matchups are coming up? What do you expect from those matchups that are coming up? How do we expect maybe who we're gonna play? Start, sit, cut, things like that. Very, very excited about a lot of the things that are coming out of that are gonna come from this fantasy football league. And it all starts on Sunday. Sunday. Very excited about Sunday. The Fantasy Football League game show. That's what it will be. So it's trivia, National Football League trivia. And we'll have 12 contestants. I have, again, recused myself for maybe a 13th if we can find a 13th person to add to the league, make it 14 teams so there won't be any bye weeks. But listen, this is going to be a blast for me. I'm excited. I already have seen the questions, obviously, and I got all the answers. I'm very excited about. I have all the answers, Sway. So I'm very excited about the opportunity to get to watch my good friends and colleagues struggle. It's gonna be a struggle. I'm telling you now. Look, I've already given you the one hint that some of these questions will have multiple correct answers. So, which ones will it be? Oh my gosh, y'all are about sleep in fear, especially Anthony Roman, the angry Puerto Rican. Sleep in fear, because I'm just not. I mean, look, Captain Know-It-All here is going to sink. I'm picking last. He's picking second to last. Trust me, I can guarantee it. But look, we're very excited about the Fanatic Sports Podcast Fantasy Football League. The game show is Sunday evening, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Not specific Pacific, but I'm very specific about the Pacific time zone. So look, that's a big get for us. So we're very excited to have the game show. Of course, 2 weeks after the game show. So once you know where you're picking, your strategy begins. And it is on ESPN, so it's going to be a regular snake draft back and forth. And so there's opportunities here, guys. There's opportunities here, folks, with to put together an awesome team. The draft will be Sunday, August the 31st. Now, to be fair, I'm in 3 leagues. I'm not as cool as Ball as Meg. Shout out Ball as Meg. She's in 33 leagues. And so she will be. I'm only in 3, so I will be running like 3 drafts almost at the same time. But I mean, like the other 2 drafts, I'm just on my phone picking it in. But we'll definitely be chatting it up, talking about the draft, what players are available, are there any steals? Very, very excited, very, very excited about this fantasy league and all it is going to do for us. But most importantly, is the championship for that draft, right? So the Fanatic Sports Podcast Fantasy Football League will commence on Sunday, August the 17th. The draft will be Sunday, August the 31st. And then there's 17 intense and high stakes fantasy football coming your way. And we'll talk about it every week. And week 18 will be the biggest week of them all, the Fanatic Sports Podcast Fan Festival. It's going to be in Fayetteville, Arkansas. If you want to join, we'd love to have you. Matter of fact, to all my folks out there, shout out to everybody on the Hill. Definitely going to be excited to have them there with us. And we're looking forward to this fan festival. It's going to be a fun time. What up, Blue?
What up? Yeah.
Blue, the Throwback King. Yeah, I got you. Throwback King joining us. Definitely another of the contestants in the Fanatic Sports Podcast Fantasy Football League. Blue, are you ready?
Yeah, man, I've been doing some research, dog.
Yeah, listen, I'm happy to hear it. Look, I'm telling you now, we're talking about the trivia is going to be wild, right? You're going to, I mean, listen, nobody's going to get 100. I can guarantee it. I would if you get 100, I don't even know what I give you. I don't even know what I give you if you get 100 on this quiz. Nobody's going to get each one right. As a matter of fact, I know they're not going to get everyone right.
You sure about that?
I am positive. I will put. What can I will. You get you if you get this if you get every question right, there are 15 questions. If you get all 15 questions correct, every answer, and remember, Blue, I told you there is some of the questions will have multiple correct answers. All right, and if you get each answer correct, I will buy your first Fanatic Sports Podcast shirt that will be coming out around Thanksgiving. Yeah. So look, there's gonna be a big reveal coming up soon. But just so everybody knows, yes, there will be Fanatic Sports Podcast merchandise available for purchase very soon. And when that time comes, you got a free shirt on me if any of the contestants in the game show get each answer right. So not just get all 15 questions, but there's however many correct answers. If you get all of them, I got your first shirt. That's a $25 value, and it's on the house. It's on me. I'll take care of it because I just don't see it. Listen. I made growing up. Not growing up, but my goal when I was in college was to be a teacher, Blue, and so I take pride in providing questions that are in sort of a roundabout way where it's not as easy as you think. So this quiz is going to be a doozy.
I really think you doubt. I really think you doubt my sports knowledge.
I like this confidence. I like this. I feel what size shirt you wear, Blue. I'm probably going to have to buy you a shirt. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Good. I got you. You get all these answers right. I got you for real. But I highly doubt it. I honestly, I'm not sold. But look, it could happen. It could happen. And if it do happen, look, I buy the shirt. Shirts on me. Shirts
Like
on
bull
me.
job.
Matter of fact,
Look at these weight.
look at
Look at these
dude.
weight.
I knew my stomach started getting sick when you took your hat off. But look, man. So as we was talking, man, look, the Fanatic Sports Podcast Fan Festival. You and I have already kind of spoken about this, and I'm pretty excited about this, bro. It's gonna be a good time because we're, first of all, coming back to Fayetteville, we're gonna get our live shoot in. Very, very excited about getting the live shoot. And I can tell you with great certainty, I already know there's about 5 or 6 people that are going to come, that have been waiting to come to see this, the beauty of this show in person. And so we're gonna do it on Sunday, January 4th, and we're going to. I mean, this is week 18, right? So we're talking about week 18, Blue. That is that's rivalry week, right? That is division week. So we're talking about turning up, tearing out divisions. We're talking about.
And my Cowboys should be eliminated by then.
You know what? All right. So before we introduce our special guest for this episode, I gotta tell you that I played with the Cowboys on Madden. Y'all got some good pieces. So if Schottenheimer doesn't do anything crazy, look, man, you should be right there. You should be right there. Now, I don't know that y'all gonna win the division. I also know that the Giants have a good defense, and I think that the Commanders have a lot of talent. But I mean, all in all, y'all should be able to figure this out and make
From
it
the middle of October to Christmas Day, we probably had the toughest schedule in the NFL.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that. So look, let's not tarry. First of all, before I do anything else, I can't do nothing.
Mr. Winston.
And he put on the suit because it's our anniversary. This is
Man,
huge.
man, cut it out, man. But listen, go
You
ahead.
ain't got no hair. You ain't got no herringbone on. No.
Hey, it's a special occasion. So listen, but since it's our anniversary, y'all know when it's your anniversary, what you gotta do. You gotta go out, you gotta eat good. Right? So I brought it, I'm gonna tell y'all something. And I gotta welcome my brother Keith Watson. Listen, don't say nothing yet, Keith. The best ribs in all of the Delta. I'm telling you, if you can purchase a better rib in the city of Baton Rouge than the ones you gonna find at Smokey Watson's, I'll buy them for you. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I'm not playing. Listen, Mark. Listen. I'm gonna tell you how this happened. So we rolling around town, and I done tried like probably 4 or 5 different barbecues. So down here in Baton Rouge is the seafood is crazy good, right? And then they got the boiled meat, all of that, great. But you know we from Little Rock. I want Memphis dry rub, good smoked barbecue. That ain't around there. That ain't a whole lot of people doing that.
Right.
So we done tried a few places. I pull up to his trailer, and as soon as I pull up to the trailer, his wife opened the window, smoke pours out of the window.
Everywhere.
I don't know what the smoke was. I just handed his wife my wallet and said, please give me one of that.
Hey, that's how you know work is being done in there.
That's right.
Listen, he got a smoke about the size of me, and he'll fill it up with.
That's right.
I'm talking about cook. The brisket is fire, the turkey wings, and best part, slab of ribs, 2 large sides. I might spend what, $35, $45, or am I just getting a special discount because I'm a loyal customer? Listen, man. Look, but no, man. No, I am not here to. I'm not playing with you. I ain't. You know, I tell a lot of jokes. I ain't told you the one lie yet. Best ribs in town, hands down, bar none. And
Appreciate it, bro.
Matter of fact,
but Blackout, does he have oxtails and rice and peas for the Jamaicans?
You tell him about the oxtail, Keith. Listen, Smokey. They don't call him Smokey for nothing.
Yeah.
I say that.
So wait,
what about the rice and gotta have the rice and peas, you know?
So wait,
and look here it goes.
Give the official name of the spot. What's the name of the spot?
Name of the spot is Smokey Watson Barbecue, bro. We on Greenwell Springs Road, 9932 Greenwell Springs Road, man. We cook Louisiana style barbecue, bro.
Listen, it don't get no better than this. My bad, I forgot to tell you the name. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just started.
Thing with Louisiana style barbecue. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the name is Smokey Watson Barbecue, but we take pride in cooking barbecue Louisiana style. People do stuff Texas style, but we got our own style, man. So
best barbecue.
We don't fool with Texas.
Best barbecue.
I ain't like
no disrespect.
I ain't never had Texas barbecue that made me want to slap my mom.
Disgusting.
Have you had the brisket though? It's their brisket. That's their thing. So down there, so it's funny, right? Talking about barbecue. They say you are what you eat. So we all from Arkansas. You know that Smoke. We all from Arkansas. My boy, right. We from the same part of town. I went to high school with Big Mark. So we pigs. So we like the pork. Down there, they cattle, longhorns. They like the beef. Right? Yeah. You are what you eat. But that's their thing, is you gotta cook the brisket, and you can't make it too salty, and it's gotta be a certain amount of juice in it. And if you don't smoke it for at least 8-9 hours, they ain't even gonna let you touch it.
That's right.
Don't even bring it to plate to me. But and to be fair, and look, I really should have pulled some of these videos so y'all can see it. But if you see it ain't nothing like when the green juice hit the mac and cheese. Dog, listen.
Not the green juice dripping on everything else.
He got greens with the smoked ham. What is that? Smoked ham?
Whoa.
I told you, Blue.
Collard mustard or collard mustard attorney.
Mustard green. See,
Mustard.
I'm from Mississippi, right? Like we on the other side of the Mississippi River from Little Rock. Like you cross over, you headed to Little Rock. If you cross with the part of Mississippi I'm from. I was using turnip greens in Mississippi. So when I got down here, they cooked mustard greens. So I had to kind of get with the program how they were doing stuff here. So
gotcha. He first cousin, Mark. He first cousin. He said,
That's what it is. Yeah.
You family. But so look, when all I know is one time, so I take some food to Felicia, and we got and she was at work. I was off. I got the mac and cheese. He's got the smoked cheddar on it.
yeah.
I got the greens. It's got some smoked meat in there. I put it all together on the plate. Man, I flew home.
Bro, I'm gonna have to try that one, bro.
I flew home. But
Hey,
yeah, man.
Next time I'm down there, Baton Rouge, man, you gotta put me that way. You should have put me that way when I came down there last month, man.
That was. Look, I'm gonna tell you the truth, and Smoke, you're gonna have to forgive me. Last time I supported somebody and I started sending people to him, he raised the price on me, and I don't want Smoke to raise the price. I can get these ribs. I can get a slab of ribs for under and I told you for $45 I got 2 large sides and a slab of ribs. That's 12 pounds.
turkey.
But these Louisiana style, he say. Listen, I'm telling you, I never knew there was a Louisiana style barbecue.
Never knew.
I'm telling you, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm the Carolina I can't do because
you don't like the vinegar sauce? Okay.
I don't like the vinegar sauce.
I like
the Kansas City I can't do. Only thing Kansas City I do is burnt ends, Texas.
Yeah, the burnt
ends. We're not going to talk about them. We're not going to talk about Texas, but the Memphis style dry rib.
I'm trying to tell you, look, the way he's smoking.
Keep it in the rendezvous.
Hey, listen, he got.
No, this is Jim. That's great.
I'm telling you, Smoke got a God-given gift to put meat on fire and make it amazing.
Well, did you not hear what this brother said? He's from Mississippi. He's kin to us.
Oh yeah.
He's kin to us.
He's from Mississippi.
All right, so look, man. Before I make myself hungry, let's get into it. So Smoke, look, man, you and I done chatted quite a bit. We talked about a lot of different sports, and so and look, man, I really do. I kid, but in all honesty, I do be sending a lot of people your way.
I appreciate it, man.
Y'all gotta come check out. This is the best barbecue in town, for real. But so this is the Fanatic Sports Podcast, and of course, fanatic is synonym for crazy. And that's what we have to hear is the passionate people, and just like you passionate about cooking food, you also passionate about sports.
Big time.
And so that was where we first connected because we two big brothers, and so that was right away. It was love, and then he brought me this delicious food. This family right here, this is my cousin.
I'm kind of in a bad scenario, man, because, bruh, I mean, when you live in Baton Rouge, bruh, and when you're an Alabama fan and a Dallas Cowboy fan, bro, it's just not good for you, bro.
You said Dallas Cowboy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, Dallas Cowboy all the way, bro. Dallas Cowboy for life, man. So, bro, you gotta
roll tide out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Bro, and that's the thing, man. Listen, when Alabama beat Miami in the '92 national championship game, I said, okay, I'm an Alabama fan for life now. There you go, right there. That's it, right there, bro. That's it right there. That's it. Listen, he gonna make me go pull something out.
So
that alone should earn me a free couple macaroni and cheese.
So I asked this question since you said it. You talked about Alabama already. Tell me how you became a fan of the Cowboys and your other favorite teams.
Well, let me tell you the story, man. Like coming up, bro, we didn't have cable, so living in the Delta, the only game they showed on Sunday every Sunday was the Cowboys. Yeah. So I grew up in the year in 91, 92 when they were winning championships, 94 when they were winning championships or whatever. Yeah. So at that point, the only thing they were showing on TV was this football team that kept winning the Super Bowl or whatever. So I just stuck with that throughout the years, man. And all the way to now, no matter how bad it get, I just been a Dallas Cowboy fan, man. No matter how much hate I get, I'm not, I'm not like, I'm not the Cowboy fan that think we're gonna win a Super Bowl every year
Okay.
or whatever.
Me neither.
But I'm a Cowboy fan that think we're gonna compete, and I love the franchise that has been throughout the year. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I know that we got a new coach this year. I'm glad they made the adjustment to bring Pickens in, that kind of thing like that. So it just a lot of stuff to look forward to this year.
That hurt my heart when we lost, and we had to. I'm a Steelers fan. We had to get rid of him because not because of what everybody say, but because it was gonna be hard to get that contract back.
Yeah.
And ain't no telling what his with not understanding who the quarterback was going to be, if the quarterback was the right guy for the fit, you name it, right? There's a lot of different things. And so the best thing to do is we trade him. I think we got a 3rd round pick for him. So it wasn't like it was, anything bad. And look, it's a good deal for y'all. That's what I tell them. Look, I played with the Cowboys on Madden just the other day, man. That's a squad. Y'all got some pieces.
Yeah.
This NFC East finna be crazy this year.
Hey, real quick,
Yeah.
was Michael Parsons on there?
See, here we go. Listen, I guarantee you.
I don't play Madden, so I don't know.
I guarantee you when they play the Eagles Sunday night at 7:00, I guarantee he's gonna be on the field. I guarantee you that.
This Sunday night?
No. I said when they play the Eagles, the first game of the season, I guarantee Michael Parsons will be on the field. I guarantee.
But will he have a helmet and mouthpiece on?
He's gonna have it on. I guarantee you.
When you say on the field, you just want like sidelines or like actually?
No, he gonna be on the field playing on defense. You gonna see.
Where y'all gonna get this money from?
The Purview education is kicking in right now, and I can't stand it.
I just want to know where that money gonna come from.
so I would
flashbacks.
say, I'm gonna tell you what's funny though, right? You think about it, and this is a common theme with Jerry Jones. You're seeing, we were talking about it the other day. You see it also with Cincinnati, where you get wrapped up and you gotta pay, especially if you don't manage this thing properly. You look at what's happening with, the way Jerry is taking his time to pay. He took forever to pay CD. He didn't want to pay debt. Now he's in a spot where he can't afford to pay Micah.
Yeah.
And if you don't, and like I said, they got some pieces. But if you don't have one of the top 3 pass rushers in the league at your disposal, that takes a big piece away from that defense. Which he's as Coach Tomlin would say, he's the wave. He provides the wave that the rest of the defense rides. So
when you have a team, you have a defense. When you have a guy that's been in the running for the defensive player of the year the last 3 years, it will hurt to lose him. But Jerry had a chance to do his contract the last 2 years. Micah said, okay, man, just give me this. I just want to be on the team. This is a team that me and my dad grew up watching in Pennsylvania. I want to be on the team. So I think that's something he should have been there. Big Cowboy fan, but I can't say that I love the way Jerry had managed a lot of stuff throughout the years, man. So, yeah, I think that should have been something.
So let me give you a little history here.
okay.
Being a blocker, we're from this place called Jacksonville, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones from a place called North Little Rock, Arkansas.
Right up the street.
Jacksonville, North Little Rock will never go alone. He's always into it. I can't stand Jerry Jones, North Little Rock. From the north side.
I mean, you got to put it on Jerry because he want to wear every hat.
It's his fault.
Yeah, he should have.
People like Stephen Jones, which I personally have a personal vendetta against because he lied to me when I was coming out of college. But look at isn't he the chief operating officer? And then you got player personnel, Will McClay, whatever his name is.
McCray,
yeah.
Why weren't you looking at this after that guy's second year or even his first year when he proved himself? You got to start structuring the roster and the pay. Then you got to start looking at, okay, do I pay Dak this money because this guy's coming? Do I get this wide receiver? Do I get this linebacker? They fumbled the bag, but that is exactly why Jalen Hurts was born, went to school, played, won Super Bowl, all before they went back to the conference championship.
That's right.
That's exactly why.
And honestly, I hate to say it because I feel like the same thing happened with Al Davis. He let his ego get in the way. And a lot of these owners, you start to see it. You know, it's being exposed now. A lot of these owners, you start to see them be exposed for their egos. Look, man, listen, it's gonna be okay.
Hey, y'all. Hey, hey, I gotta go. I gotta go to work at his clock. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
y'all heard me talking to my sister on the phone. That's crazy. Yeah, I gotta look at the clock, man. Uh, 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 um, I got to throw something out there, man. Y'all marinate on this.
He
Next head
always
coach of
gonna
the
leave before the
University of
dogs
Arkansas.
moving.
Next head coach of the University of Arkansas. Two
Don't do
people.
it. Don't do it.
Either
Don't
Rhett
you do it.
Lashley or John Gruden.
I don't think it's gonna be John Gruden.
I don't
But
think it's
Red
gonna be. I think
Lashley,
it's gonna be Rhett Lashley
Red Lashley he's been doing everything he can to get to Arkansas.
to get there. Yeah.
But so here's
I'll
the
let y'all,
thing.
man.
All right, man. Hey,
All
man,
right.
Hi, brother.
happy anniversary to you, bro. Thank you, man. Thank
Yep.
you. Before y'all answer, I do want to say, so like I said, like I was saying in our opening, man, and Smoke. So this is the thing with Big Mark in the middle, man. We've been at this for this is our year anniversary of working and rocking this out, man. It's been
That's amazing, man. That's what's up.
it's been a blast to do it and learn. And Blue, the guy that's just there, was one of my very best friends up there in Northwest Arkansas, and so we all got together and just wanted to talk, man. And so I gotta say it on air for everybody. Like I said it before, I appreciate Blue and I appreciate Big Mark and Anthony Roman, man. Them guys have held me down because throughout this year, man, I've been through a whole lot. And so getting the opportunity to do this, man, has been a blast. And so thank you to Blue, thank you to Mark, man, thank you to you for joining us. So now, Smoke, you say you're an Alabama fan.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Roll Tide.
That's why you skipped on Ole Miss and Mississippi State just because of.
Well, bro, Mississippi State was a team that I rooted for in state, right?
Okay.
A lot of my guys, I went to Gentry High School, so a lot of guys that I went to school with, all of them went to Mississippi State. Starkville was the place that you go like. If you go to Starkville, like you can walk out of Mississippi, you know what I'm saying? If you go on it or whatever, that's how good the city looks. So a lot of guys went to Starkville or whatever. So I spent a lot of time on campus there in high school. So, but man, when I saw them dudes play, bro, when I saw them dismantle Gino Torretta in the national championship game this year, bro, I'm talking about the way they dominated. I think it was 34-13, man. I still remember that score. I just had to jump on the bandwagon, bro. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I just had to, I just had to do it, man. It wasn't no way in the world. I was like, it was the dominance that, the way they was the underdogs. Okay, you got the Heisman Trophy winner, you got this person or whatever, and you think Alabama gonna beat them, and where they came out and dominated. I just became a big fan, bro, and still love Mississippi State, whatever. Still love Ole Miss. I had actually one of my high school classmates went to Mississippi State, and he won that Super Bowl with Warren Sapp when he went to Tampa Bay in I think that 2001.
Yeah,
he won a Super Bowl with them. So a lot of love for Mississippi State, man. Like I said, I had a bunch of friends go there. But man, when you talk about Alabama, brother, tradition, man, you got Gene Stallman, you got Bear Bryant, you got Nick Saban. Brother, it was just just a no-brainer for me, man.
It's been a good run for Alabama. How are you feeling about the new coach? And I know the first year was not naturally your typical Saban Alabama. But do you feel? I mean, they still made the playoffs. Yeah. They're still a high-ranking team.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like this year could be a good year for them, or where you at with them so far this year?
When you look at Kalen DeBoer and what he did at Washington, bro, actually to be in that college football playoffs that year before Nick Saban retired, right, and to take his team there, and to do that with the team that he had and how he developed players, especially quarterback Michael Penix at the time, when he came to Alabama, I knew that we were getting something that could, take us to, where we wanted to go. Not per se a Nick Saban level, but he had the, he did proven or whatever. Not so much like, Brian Kelly. I'm gonna leave that alone, but I don't think he's gonna do like Brian Kelly, take a national championship team and not do nothing or whatever. But I think he's gonna do well, man. Cause he has the system. One thing Nick Saban he left the system in place, right? And when you have that system, man, or whatever, and you just do your part as far as like he did with Washington with the offense and everything like that, and bring Brian Grubbs in, all that kind of thing. Now, I think they're gonna be explosive in the SEC with the talent that he had. We still had one of the top recruiting classes and everything. So you got Brian Williams, bro, where all you got had the #1 quarterback last year come to Alabama as far as recruiting and everything. So I think they're gonna do big, man. To be in the SEC, bro, you just never know, man. Like, bro, the Georgias and the LSU's and the Texas right now and all these schools, bro. SEC is nothing sweet to walk through every season, bro. I don't know no matter how you look at it, you know what I'm saying? So you always got something brewing or developing some way, you know what I'm saying?
That's a great way to put it too. Because the thing about the SEC is that yes, we are top heavy, right?
Yeah.
Georgia, Alabama, LSU, Tennessee is up there. Those top.
South Carolina, not bad.
Yeah, but that's the
Florida,
thing. Because you got South Carolina, you got Florida. They kind of second tier, but they still Missouri, Ole Miss. These are teams that if you put them in another conference, they probably would be the Alabama of that conference. But and then let's say Arkansas is in the third tier, right? Arkansas. No, come on, Mark.
I'm sorry.
That's a Razorback fan.
I just want to know what you was about to say.
I'm about to say that it might be
what it is. I played at Arkansas. Everybody expect me to be like this raw Arkansas guy, but I'm a realist.
He gonna tell you the truth.
So you played. You been a little history. So you played for the Razorbacks.
Yeah, I played the Razorbacks 04 to 06, third generation Razorback. Went up there under Houston Dale Nutt, played tight end. Came out.
Ooh, that's what's up.
Yeah, played that time. But
hold on, Smoke, because he trying to play humble.
Oh, bro.
Highest recruited football player in his class.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Listen.
I should have went back.
My bad. I'm in front of Royalty. My bad.
And sweet.
We got a legend on.
Sweet left-hand stroke. And also, I should mention, it is National Left Hand Day, Mark.
Today? Yeah.
Today is National Left Hand Day.
You don't get no sweeter.
Hey, bro. Hey, listen. I fouled him a lot in practice. I did. and matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you how good it was. Mark was the reason why I couldn't play varsity basketball, because he was a freshman and I was a sophomore. We were a year apart, and so him and his homeboy Jamal decided. They was NFL type players. How y'all can keep me out of the game I love?
Man, listen, basketball really was my first love. Only reason I chose football, because remember I was supposed to play both at Arkansas till Coach Nutt came and pulled me off the court.
Yeah,
but
literally pulled him off the court.
It's 7 rounds in football versus 2. I'm 6'7", 260. You know what I'm saying? When I come out of college, but even like out of high school, 6'7", 235, 240. I'm big in football. I'm average in basketball.
Yeah.
Guys, I tried to play the numbers game. But listen, the wave then wasn't like the wave was the next 4 years after me, where people played basketball and just went free agent football. Because had that been play, that would have been my play. I'd have played 4 years of college basketball, had a great time, and went free agent.
Yeah,
wow.
And you probably could have been like Charlie Ward, to be honest with you, but I mean, and I'm not just glazing Smoke. He really was a hooper. It was really like we won.
Bro, that's what's up.
Didn't y'all win a ring after us?
So we won. In my 10th grade year we won. My 11th grade year we lost by 1 point in championship.
Pine Bluff. Yeah. But wait, no, your senior year.
Senior we overachieved. We lost in the playoffs, but we overachieved.
Wait, what you mean? You, Trey, Jamal, y'all? How is it overachieving?
we didn't walk into any game with the best roster.
Okay, all right.
You got to think about it. West Memphis had senior loaded
yeah.
team that ended up winning it all.
Right.
Well, Little Rock had a senior loaded team that was in the championship game.
That's right.
Even Conway had a bunch of seniors with Adrian and all those guys.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It was me, Jamal, Trey, Ed, but Coach didn't let Ed rock out a lot.
Nah, Ed can't do his thing. Ed, you would not let Ed do his thing.
Not
He did not like Ed.
Trey did his thing, but Trey didn't have the scoring ability. Jamal wasn't no score. I had to it was one of them things where how Carmelo talk about breaking the game down to buckets per quarter. I did that in 2000.
Yeah.
I figured out if I could score 3 buckets, not counting free throws, I could average 24 points. 3 buckets.
Yeah. So what was your average in high school? What did you average?
My senior year, I averaged 24.
Yeah.
My junior year, I want to say I was either 19 or just at 20. And then my sophomore year, I was around that 15, 16. But it was one of those things where we had such a loaded team in my 10th grade year. You had to share the ball with a lot of people.
Yeah.
We had Mr. Basketball.
It was a lot of
2002 Mr. Basketball. 2003 Mr. Basketball. Wasn't team Mr. Basketball my senior year?
I don't remember.
If he wasn't Mr. Basketball, he was a runner.
He was up there. He was up there. Top.
So and for what it's worth, in Little Rock, all of Arkansas know about our high school. It's called Parkview. It's not like Parkview Baptist. It's Parkview High School. It was a public school, but we were a magnet school. But I mean, like, man, we've been around. We've been around since 1966. We have the most state championships in the state of Arkansas in basketball, and I think we're up to 15 somewhere in there. Like it's been dominance in basketball.
That's what's up.
Over in West Little Rock. And so we and he had family that came through Parkview. He came through Parkview. Like I said, 3rd generation Razorback. Like it was a lot on his shoulders. And I say it because he won't, but he really carried the flag, like, for real. So
okay, I got a question. I think it was in 1996.
Okay.
Our high school was invited to a holiday tournament at the University of Arkansas.
Yeah.
Bro, I mean, we lost to a high school team that was from Little Rock. Do any of you remember being in that tournament or being in that holiday classic? It was a holiday hoop classic between Christmas and New Year that we went to.
That wasn't a Coke Classic, was it, Mark?
No, Coke Classic was in Fort Smith.
Okay.
But my junior year, we went to that same tournament at the U of A.
Okay.
I cannot remember the name of it though.
It might have been called Holiday Hoops.
Yeah, it was holiday hoop classic or something like that. Yeah.
That was a little bit before our time, though.
Yes,
Right. Yeah.
It was 1996.
Yeah.
You had Parkview, who was dominant at that time.
Yeah.
And if they were red, white, and blue, that's
Yeah.
what that was.
Yeah.
96 Central wasn't bad, black and gold, but they weren't just dominant just yet until that 97, 98.
Yeah.
Joe got there.
With Joe.
Yeah, when Joe got there, 10, 11, 12. But then, I think who else? It probably was Parkview. It was a little right team.
It was probably Parkview. And no funny, like, not trying to even joke. Like, our basketball program was the gold standard. So if y'all were up there, if y'all came up there, then that was it. So, and actually, I'm glad you asked me that question because, Keith, that was what I wanted to get to next. I know that you played basketball. Talk a little bit about your time playing and, kind of some of the accolades, things that you got to do.
Man, my high school basketball career kind of up and down, to be honest with you. I came out the gates sophomore, whatever. I think my sophomore year was my best year. Bro, we had guys on the team 6'11", 6'10", 3 guys 6'9". So I really had to scrap to get playing time, right?
Yeah.
So I think that was my best year as far as my development. But my junior year was my best year as far as points and numbers and everything. I think I played. We still had Tyrone Watson. Tyrone Watson went to Mississippi State. We still had Eric Lee on the team. Eric Lee, he went to UNLV. Bro, we had some dogs on the team. So I'm 6'6", maybe 225 at the time. So I had to kind of wait my turn or whatever. So I think my junior year, my more productive year. My senior year, my mom got sick with cancer, and I didn't give it all like I should have, or whatever. So my attention was somewhere else, whatever. So, but bro, I had my junior year, I got some awards. Also my sophomore year, I got some awards. My junior year, I made district and everything. And my junior year, bro, we was on a team, bro. This most, just, heartbreaking. We go all the way to Jackson, all the way to the state championship game. We go 33-0, except for the last game of the year, bro.
Really?
Bro, we go 33-0, except for the last game of the year.
And what high school was this?
Gentry High School.
Gentry.
Wow. We played. We went down there. At the time, I forgot the guy's name, but Gerard Ward. I don't know y'all remember him. Gerard Ward. He ended up going to Michigan. He right now. Yeah. Back then, he set the record for the most points scored in high school basketball. And he went to Michigan right after Chris Webber and them left. Okay. He was there with Maceo.
Yeah, no.
He was there with Maceo Bass and all them.
I know Maceo.
Okay.
Yeah, he played with them and everything. But yeah, man, bro, Mississippi basketball, our football team trash all day long. Trash. Like whenever you go to the Friday night football game, you can have the dump truck there called it was just trash. That's how bad it was. But the draw of the high school was basketball team. It was like Duke basketball. Didn't nobody care about the football. It was Duke basketball, and that's how our team was. We go 33-0, bro. And
that's tough.
It was an all boys school we lost to. We lost by 7 points. And bro, that was the most heartbreaking season thing I ever been a part of, bro. Cause we was we little team from the Delta or whatever. We was big time for chance to win it all, but man, the thing was packed out, man. People like, okay, man, this team about to go 34-0, man. They're losing by 7 points, man. So yeah, it was heartbreaking.
Well, let me say this though. Mississippi basketball has been slept on for a while. So I came out of college in 2004. So let me just say this: 2004 high school graduating class is the best high school prep basketball class of all time.
Wow, yeah.
The most NBA players selected out of high school. Mm-hmm. And Mississippi had Mr. Al Jefferson from Mississippi.
Yeah, Big Al from down there. Yeah.
Big
Al was a dog. Then they came back the next year, and Monte Ellis. He's 05 or 06. Monte Ellis.
He was 05. Yeah, he was 05.
Yeah. But if you go back back before that, that's where Mahmoud Abdul Rauf went to.
Prince Jackson, baby.
Yeah.
Prince Jackson.
Then he go to go for it down there in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you got Purvis Short. Like, man, listen. It's always been some big time players out of Mississippi. It might not be a lot of them.
Yeah.
They had big time players. And when you talk about just the history of like Lanier High School, like it's some big time players that have come out.
Bro, Jackson Lanier. Oh my goodness.
Listen, I've been down to Mississippi with West Side Al out of Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Down there in Lanier, watching them play against what's that rival school they play against?
They played Jackson. He had a school called Jackson Maury.
Yeah. I think that was the game I went to. Like, listen, jam-packed. I'm talking about wall to wall, and it's a true basketball atmosphere. So where, a lot of people want to talk about South Panola football and things like that. Basketball always has some big-time players.
Yeah.
That's where it is. That's where it is.
Shout out to them Jackson Panthers who used to run the grassroots down there.
man, Jackson Lanier, when I was in high school, they had two twins that remind me of the Thompson twins in the NBA right now.
Mm.
The one, the one played for Detroit and one played for Houston. Bro, them dudes, bro. Them dudes, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. They were just always on the rim. And when I mean on the rim, I'm talking about heads on the rim. Every defense, offense, their head was on the rim, bro. And they was quick and they got after it, man. So yeah, shout out to Jackson Lanier. That was the team back in the day.
They played Callaway.
Yeah.
And I think I was there when Malik Newman was playing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Callaway. Malik Newman that went to Mississippi State and Kansas. I think I was there one. But think about Rodney Hood. Bro, it's a lot of players that come out of there. That have been big time players. Now, I'm gonna throw a name out there.
Antonio McDice.
Forgot about
With the Clarence Weatherspoon. There's a lot of dudes, bro.
I got two names for you right now. I got a chance to play against a bunch of them. Matter of fact, in Forest City, Arkansas, we had both Al Jefferson from Prentice, and we had Macomb High School with Jackie Butler. Now I played Big Jackie at Adidas camp, All American camp. But then caught him again. They thought they was gonna set us up down there at the Rumble on the Ridge.
Rumble on the Ridge.
They loaded our stuff up. We ran through Jackie, all of them like that. But here's a name that I saw for the first time. He played with the Atlanta Celtics. No, I'm lying. He came out of Murrah High School, and he played with the big boy that came from Atlanta Celtics. But Mo Williams in high school.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
Mo Williams is one of the best high school players I've ever laid eyes on. He was a beast. You talk about a guy who could do every single thing. He could score. He could run the offense. He could play defense. He could score at all three levels. Mo Williams was an absolute dog.
Yeah.
Bro, my high school coach, bro, Coach Hickenbottom, bro, this man was known all across the state, bro. Like, it was, he was an old school coach, bro. I'm talking about, he had these sayings like, man, you burning daylight, in other words, you taking too long to get stuff done. And, bro, he was just, when I first got on the team, he reminded me of, what's the Indiana coach that was real mean? Bobby Knight. Yeah. Bobby Knight, bro. He was just, on the outside looking in, bro, he was just a dog, bro, telling whatever. So when I got on the team, I was like, man, I don't think I'm gonna be able to take this. But when I got on the team, everything he told me to do benefit me, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And when at the end of his career, bro, he ended up coaching for a little community college or whatever. He called me down. It was toward Pittsburgh. He called me down, try to help him, get everything situated, man. He was a legendary coach, bro. And, I know you say about the about the players or whatever, but we had a lot of good coaches back in Mississippi then too, bro. So they helped out a lot of young men or whatever. So yeah.
What classification was Gentry?
Bro, we started 4A, then went to 5A.
Okay.
Yeah, we started off 4A, went to 5A. Gentry High School Rams, bro. Them Rams, bro. Yes, sir.
Y'all was a big dog.
Yeah. So look, I make sense too when you talk about having 6'11", 7,
Dude, bro, I mean,
them big boys.
In Mississippi, they had this group of the top 12 players called the Dandy Dozen. I don't know y'all ever heard of that, but they had the Dandy Dozen. Every year, we had like 1 or 2 players on that group, and that was for the whole state. But our school would take up at least 1 or 2 players, bro, at the time when I was coming up. So, bro, it was just it was a bunch of dogs back then, bro.
Yeah, I heard that, bro. I heard
Gentry
that.
High School. Gotta love to see it.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us, we do have Keith Watson, Smokey Watson, of Smokey Watson Barbecue joining us, bro. Look, we've been trying to do this for a little minute too, man. So I'm glad we got to finally have you on here, man. Anything you want to tell us before we finish up?
But so who is y'all GOAT, bro? Y'all discussed it. Who is y'all GOAT, bro? I know it's a big debate about who y'all GOAT is. Who y'all GOAT?
He don't even know he just started. He don't even know he just started. Go ahead, Blocker. Go ahead.
I think that the greatest tennis player of all time is Serena.
No, bro, we ain't talking tennis players.
Is that what we were talking about? Tennis?
Hey, we can go there too. You probably go Andre Agassi or somebody, but
I love that.
Pete Sampras or somebody, yeah.
I love that. That's a great deflection, sir.
Yeah, most definitely. Bro. I ain't see that coming.
That's because Smoke. This is a decade-long argument between me and him. Easily 10 years.
Hey, listen.
What side of the fence y'all on?
I just want to say, my senior year in high school, we had a hard year because our quarterback got hurt, and Mark had a touchdown, hands down, great throw, and I was tired, and I held, and I want to say that I'm sorry for holding and taking away one of his touchdowns that year.
Wow, bro.
And because of that, I don't let up on him when he says fraudulent stuff like LeBron James is the greatest player ever. When he starts reaching and saying LeBron is this, as if Michael Jordan isn't the greatest offensive player ever and one of the best defensive players ever, and I just leave it at that. Now he gonna start talking about passing the ball to other folks to score. He gonna start talking about stuff like that. He gonna start talking about how long you can play when you play 70 games a year, 65 games a year. He gonna start talking about all that. And all I'm gonna say is this: there's one guy that averaged 30.1 points per game, and there's one guy that has led the league in steals for a time or two, and he's also had multiple all defensive teams, and he's actually had face-to-face blocks on people, not just chase down. I'm just saying, there's only one Michael.
Tell us where you at with it, Smoke.
We already
know. Bro, bro, I'm Michael Jordan all day, bro. When you look at both ends of the court, bro, and how dominant he was to win an MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, all that stuff, scoring tight in the same season, bro. Michael Jordan peak was like no other player that you can go, find in the NBA for that 8 years. If you put LeBron in that 8-year time that Jordan won 6, how many do you think LeBron would have won?
I would give LeBron maybe 3. But here's my thing, and so I like the story. That's my thing. That's how I got into sports broadcasting. Is I like the story. All right. All I'm saying is we haven't had a repeat Eastern Conference final champion in 6 years, Mark. Who was the last repeat Eastern Conference final champion?
It was.
I'm going to download these barbecue videos until you find out that it was the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I want to say it's been 6 or 7.
It's been you know who it was? You know why there hadn't been a repeat Eastern Conference final champion? Is because the last man that did it went to the West. It's something to be said about going to 8 straight finals championships. Now did he win all 8 of them? No, absolutely not. What did he win? Like 3? 3 of them.
Bro, LeBron would have never went back to Cleveland if Kyrie Irving wasn't on that team, bro.
No, of course not. I mean, he went there with a purpose. And,
he went there. Yeah, he knew what he was doing, but
and I say this as well. When I think about it, I gotta break it down in the patterns, right? So for me, what I look at because I do believe that LeBron has been the greatest thus far. Right? Mm-hmm. What Mike did was first, right? Nobody will ever beat the fact that Mike did it first.
Right.
But then Kobe came behind him, and the way Kobe did it was legendary. And I'll say to me, what the last 2 championships Kobe won, they were harder than the championships that Mike had to win. And Mike made it look easy. And that might be if I'm gonna call Mike the GOAT, that's why it is because Mike made it look so easy. But when I look at LeBron, I mean, 73. He beat the 73-9 team, and yes, he had Kyrie. Yes, Kyrie averaged whatever a crazy amount. They both had. You need it when you got that kind of a team. 73 wins is a lot of wins, right?
You also need it when you are an ISO player that can't play off the ball. But go ahead.
Touche. All right, look. So I'll give you my arguments for LeBron, and then I'll give you my arguments for Mike. How about that? And this is why he's laughing because we be in our chat. And to be honest with you, like I said, Mark is an integral part of this show because half of the reason why I wanted to do this show is just so I could say all the foolishness I say to Mark in his inbox without. Yeah. And maybe somebody would agree with me, but nobody agrees with me because Mark is the smartest man. So, but I'm gonna be honest with you. So when I look at the opponents that LeBron faced, look that 2018 team. Listen, if us 3 and LeBron and Kevin Love was on one team, we would have had a better team than what he had anyways. That team, especially going against what he went with the Warriors, the opponents that LeBron faced. To even get one ring out of that Cleveland run was absurd. Getting to the finals in 07, 08 with Cleveland. Like that team, it was a good team, obviously. But going up against the Spurs, man, I think if you place everybody talks about putting LeBron into Mike's era. If we put Mike into LeBron's era, First of all, Mike is a great defender, but he was handsy, so there's a lot of fouls, right? Secondly, when you look at the opponents, because at this point, because people are ganging up, look, Mike never had to see Dominique Wilkins and Reggie Miller and Charles Barkley together, right? And he missed on the Rockets. And by the way, the Rockets, check that Rockets record from 1991 to 1998, right? We can go on for days, but what I tell you is that when you look at what LeBron has done, and by the way, this is all between the lines. Let's not talk about the 24-hour news cycle. And could you imagine Michael Jordan with everybody with a phone in their hand and a camera ready to tell your whole story? Oh, I saw LeBron. The one time LeBron was mean to somebody and said, I don't want to give you a autograph while he was partying with his wife in France, they ridiculed him for 6 weeks about it and said he really this, that, and whatever. So all I'm saying is that when you take everything into comparison, right? You take everything into consideration. What LeBron has had to overcome just to get there and win those 4 rings is impressive to me. It makes him the GOAT. Now, if we were going to say that, if you say, Joe, you got to tell me why Michael Jordan is a GOAT, it's really simple. And I'll tell you, it has nothing to do with any of his finals runs, right? Which all of them ended with a ring in his finals MVP. But what I'll tell you is that there's no LeBron, there's no Kobe, there's no Reggie Lewis, there's no anybody. Everybody compares, Len Bias and what he could have been because of Michael Jordan. There's no Luka Doncic, there's no Dirk Nowitzki, there's no Joel Embiid. Giannis, what Michael Jordan did we diminish his legacy when we say that all he is 6 rings. That is the smallest thing you can say about Michael Jordan. What makes him special is that he was relentless. He never stopped, ever. Like even that man is what? It's 2025. That man is nearly 60 years old, and I guarantee you he will walk out there right now and challenge LaMelo Ball. Like LaMelo Ball is like they are the same age, and a lot of people believe that he might win, and with as sweet as his jump shot was, I'll give him 6 out of 10 points. But I'll say that his legacy off the court, what he did, and I like to say foolish things from time to time, and so I can argue both sides of it. And I say that he came at the perfect time, and he had the perfect commissioner who took care of the NBA for 40 years and made it amazing and took it to higher levels. And Michael Jordan was the perfect person. Even Magic wasn't able to take it to the heights that Mike took it to. And what we won't see from Michael Jordan, from a Michael Jordan-esque type player again, has nothing to do with the hardwood. It's all about how he took what he did on the hardwood and made it better. But essentially, if we're talking just his basketball play, I don't like it. He didn't pass the ball enough. He was a pretty good rebounder. He was he can score, but it's like, all right. So Mark said Mark's biggest argument is Michael Jordan. Scottie Pippen never had a better game than Michael Jordan, and he's not wrong.
No. Wait. Let me say it. Okay. Scottie Pippen never had a great game when Jordan had a bad game.
Okay, my bad. All right,
he had great games, but in his best game, Michael Jordan had a triple-double.
Right. So, and he's not wrong, but the way we're talking about a system that focuses on a 2-guard playing in the post is listen. If Michael Jordan is the GOAT, my vote is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. To be honest with you,
I don't argue Kareem.
6 rings. He off the court, he was amazing. I can't think of anything really wrong that he's done. And still in outstanding shape. Like this is the greatest basketball player of all time is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But in this conversation, I picked LeBron because again, Kareem didn't just win it with Magic, right? And yes, he had Oscar Robertson, but you can't name. There's not one championship team where there weren't big time X factors that came out and did their job well. Even the 2011 team. Yeah. Everybody comes in, they play their roles, and you have to, right? And that's it. But I like what LeBron did better. I like LeBron better as a player. He's a all around basketball player. A stat sheet.
There's two ends of the floor, offense and defense. Jordan better at both ends. Go ahead. You either got the ball or you don't. And when you got the ball,
I know you said Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
I'm a big time Wilkes fan myself. You know,
Okay.
Playing 48 minutes a game. You know, that never came out. You know, points he put up, different things like that. His athleticism and everything, just off the charts. But bro, when I say this, I'm not trying to diminish who LeBron is at all, right?
Yeah.
His greatness has been evident for the last 20 years.
That's right.
But I think that so much of the debate goes into how long LeBron has been great or good in the league. And out of any player in the NBA, you can't find a better story than LeBron. Coming out of high school and doing what he's doing or whatever, you can't find a greater story than that. So I think all of that kind of get put into the debate conversation when you're talking about it, right? When you look at what Mike did throughout his career, as far as, okay, Mike, we're gonna put you at point guard. Okay, you're gonna put me on point guard. I'm gonna have the triple double.
Yeah.
Right. And when LeBron, man, this thing, I'm sorry, the thing keep popping up on my screen. If Michael Jordan go into a final, if he did go against the finals against Dallas, or when they had Dirk, when Miami played Dirk, or and when you go or against Golden State or whatever, I don't care what team he goes against. Nobody on that team gonna outplay Mike.
Oh, that's
especially with freedom of movement being a part where you can't play defense. Yeah,
right. And nobody on that team gonna outplay him on neither end of the floor. So when you look at that concept right there and what he poured out, his competitive nature or whatever, and the mark that he wanted to leave on the game, his numbers and his drive fits who he is and what he remind the league of, as far as him stepping off the court all the years he played. And like I said, I'm not trying to diminish LeBron at all, bro. LeBron did great things, put up great numbers or whatever. But if you put Mike on the team with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade, they're not losing the final.
They might win 80 games.
Right. Exactly. They're not losing the finals. If you put them on a team with Kyrie and Chris Love, they're not losing the finals, bro.
Speaking of 80 games, we all know that Michael played 82 games 9 times, and then 2 other seasons he had 80 and 81. And the only times he didn't have the 82 or 80 games, he had 79 once, and then he got hurt in 86, and he got hurt again in 2001. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
So how many times LeBron played 82 games? Remind me of that. Hold
let me count on one hand real quick.
And the 20 plus years he played in the league, how many times did LeBron play an 82 game season?
Jordan played 82 at 40. I'm just saying. Go ahead, though. Rock out, block.
How many times did LeBron play an 82 game season?
Smoke, did you hear him say that Kobe had a tougher run and all this other stuff, but there's only one player who has beat the most 60-win teams in the playoffs ever? I'm just saying.
Right.
Rock out, block.
Listen, it was a different time. Okay? There was
60
a lot of
wins is 60 wins. Rock out, though, blocker. We ain't talking about that 40-win East that you went back to back on with his 5 teams above 40, but rock out, blocker.
Mike made the playoffs in 86, in case y'all forgot, with 38 wins.
Hey, man, I'm just saying. There's only one guy who's beat the most.
Hey,
only one guy who's beat the most 60-win team. But you rock out.
And also, I don't want people underestimate that Phoenix team that Mike played in the final that year. They underestimate that Portland team. That Portland team played Detroit in the finals a couple years before that. So they wasn't a team that didn't have the experience, they had a player, they had a system, they had a coach. But when they came across that juggernaut with Michael Jordan, man, they couldn't do nothing with him, bro.
You know how many Hall of Famers don't have a ring because of Michael Jordan?
Yeah, talking about all of them, bro.
On LeBron's watch, he ain't even the dynasty of his time.
Yeah, right.
But
See,
if you put Kevin Durant on that team, they had 3 All-Stars and before they went.
Speaking of 3, they won 3 without Kevin, didn't they?
No, they won 1 without. They won 2 without Kevin.
They ain't won just 5 years ago.
That was the second one without Kevin, and then they won 2 with Kevin.
Okay, they won 2 with Kevin, so 3. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I get you that. You right.
That look, and they had 3 All-Stars
that they drafted and developed. They didn't bring him in free agent with them, did they?
Exactly. Right.
Hey, Chicago traded for Scottie Pippen.
And when Scottie Pippen got there at 87, why didn't they start winning then since he needed Scottie so bad?
Because Scottie had to finish growing into
Phil was
his body.
Phil was on the roster too. He was on the staff too. They ain't start winning though until Jordan changed his body, and Jordan started perfecting the elbow mid-range when the defensive strategy was to drive him to the elbow and double, and then the other strategy was to drive him baseline and hit him. So he changed his body to fix the baseline strategy. He perfected his jump shot for the mid-post strategy. But y'all want to give it to Scottie Pippen.
This was in a time when your best defensive scheme was to tackle somebody. It was a different.
And he still got every year in the playoffs.
Hey, Smoke. I can't stay here though all night, and I'm not gonna win. I'm not gonna win the argument. That's why I gotta go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, because I can't win with LeBron. Hey, that Mavericks championship is the reason why I can't win with LeBron. If LeBron would have beat the Mavericks, that's the one ring he should have got. If he would have beat the
LeBron that JJ Barea played him in that series, bro.
He was the 5th highest scorer in that finals. And I can't defend that. And because I'm a Clippers fan, I don't have to anymore. It's fine.
17 points a game in the final, brother. And y'all calling that the GOAT?
Hey, world be free is the GOAT, okay? No, man. Look, I know who. I think that when you look at the different paths, I always tell you, if you ask me between who I like better between Mike and LeBron, I'm going to say LeBron. But I know who Mike is and what Mike's done. That's not a question, right? I just like to troll Mark, and it's because...
Hey, man, how many pair of LeBron shoes do you got in your closet?
You know what? That's a good question.
I actually got a pair.
How many pair of Jordans do you have?
I ain't like that. I ain't never bought a pair.
I currently have 5 pair of Jordans.
that man got the GOAT in his closet, ain't that something?
Well,
he know what it is.
Listen, we all know the reason why LeBron wears the number 23. I'm not sitting here telling you that Mike wasn't the best. I'm telling you my preference. But like at the end of the day, when we splitting hairs, and we might be comparing apples to oranges, but man, look, if you ask me to pick, I'm gonna pick LeBron every time because I like the way he played. And but what Mike did was, and that's the one thing I try not to do, is I don't want to diminish Mike's legacy, but at the same time, I'm also not gonna be no revisionist. I was there. I watched all 6 of his finals, and that Jazz team was really, 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 really good. Yeah. But come on, man.
Come along with the MVP that year. Come on, bro.
Wait. Are we talking about the Jazz team that swept Kobe, Shaq, Nick Van Exel, and Eddie Jones?
They didn't have Phil Jackson. Coaching matters, Mark.
You still got Shaq. Come on, bro.
Yeah, listen, it's a difference when you got Kobe at his peak, you got a great coach, you got a good team around him, and it's different than what it was when they was Dale Harris. Dale Harris is not Phil Jackson. I won't argue that. I'm just telling you, what I'm saying is if you put Mike on that Cleveland team versus the Spurs, I think he wins 2 games, but I think the Spurs beat that Cleveland team with Michael.
Hey, really quick, I swear I'm gonna be done after this one.
Okay.
Listen, I'm gonna let y'all off the hook with this question.
Okay.
Wait. Who was coaching the Bulls and who was their star player in 94 and 95?
Scottie Pippen and Phil Jackson.
Ain't it crazy how this magic happened from 91 to 93? It was this magic of these 3-peat. He left, wasn't no more championship games. He come back. This is what happened when he came back. 3 more championships. Wait. He left again. No more championships.
But how many games did they win in 94 and 95, Mark?
Not enough to get to the Eastern Conference Championship.
Right, not enough to get there.
Well, yeah, if you take a player of that magnitude off the team, all right, so I'm glad you brought that up. Because if you take a player of that magnitude off the Bulls, and the Bulls still won 55 to 60 games, how many games did the Cavs win when you took away LeBron?
I don't know. Neither one of them got to the championship game. I ain't talking about NBA. The Bulls didn't get to the Eastern Conference Championship.
Yeah.
But with that magic Goopy Dust came back in '96. They did 3 more.
What happened in '95? Let's talk about that.
He played 17 games. That's what happened. He played 17 games.
He
played 100 baseball games, then played 17 basketball games.
He still had a baseball body. That's what it was.
Did he leave all his magic water in Looney Tune land? Is that what happened?
No.
Yeah.
It happened in '93. He picked it up in '96.
Yeah. Okay, touche. All right.
Bro, you know, we're going to let y'all the hook, bro. I got a question. Give me y'all a prediction for the SEC championship in football and why y'all think they're going to win.
Ooh. That's a tough one. Actually, it's a tough one because as Blue kind of, no, you were talking about earlier with Alabama.
Yeah.
The boy is a good coach. The talent is still there. The pipeline is there.
Yeah.
What is missing is the culture of Nick Saban's fine-tuned. And you know how Nick Saban would come into the press conference on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, talking about what he used to call it when you look past an opponent. He used to call it
trap. No, he didn't call it trap game.
He had a special name for it. Rat poison. He called it.
Yeah.
Think about last year. They lost on the road to Vanderbilt, on the road to Tennessee, on the road to Oklahoma because they didn't have that fine-tuned Nick Saban telling you ain't about nothing during the year. They'll kick your butt on Saturday. The boy going there trying to say, I'm the boy, I'm at Alabama. And I don't know what's going on between the lines, but I know there's not that fine-tuned motivation and keeping the main thing. So I say Alabama is going to be in the mix, but to me, it's a three-headed monster. And people going to say what they want to say. It's Texas, it's Alabama, and that third spot, I don't know if it's Georgia or LSU, because LSU got a wide receiver core that can outrun most people right now.
Man, look, that after in January, they wide receiving core gonna take off their shoulder pads. That is it, just their shoulder pads, and then they're gonna walk right over to the track field, and then they're gonna outrun people there too. I am just blown away, and they got a good little quarterback. And like you've seen with Brian Kelly, their second year in his offense, the second year quarterback in his offense, up the level. But to be fair, Brian Kelly always chokes in bad situations. Well, Brian Kelly's teams always choke in bad situations.
Yeah, I got no faith in Brian Kelly. None whatsoever.
No.
Listen,
I have no faith in Brian Kelly, but you're only as good as your players, and he got some pretty darn good players.
I got so nervous because I was every time LSU fired a head coach, right? When they fired Les Miles, when Nick Saban left, and then after they fired Ed Orgeron, same thing. I always get so nervous because I get scared that somebody gonna come in and teach somebody from Louisiana how to play quarterback, and then you gonna you saw what happened the 1 year they got an actual quarterback. They beat everybody by 35 or more. It was absurd. But thank goodness he left, and we hadn't had a good quarterback down here in LSU since, and I'm so happy about it.
I'm gonna say this. I gotta apologize to Les Miles because I was the main one on this case. Like, he can't develop a quarterback to save his life. The hell, ain't none of them developed no damn quarterback at LSU. Down there in Baton Rouge. They eat too much barbecue or something.
That's right.
They can't move in the pocket.
It's the etouffee, Mark. The etouffee don't let them throw the ball well. That's what it is. Matter of fact, and while we at it, because I keep forgetting, I'm supposed to be coming over here to the comment section on Instagram, and I know my barber he just said who that 15 times. All right, well, I'm in trouble. Y'all, I'm going to get my hair cut in the morning. If I still have a hat on tomorrow afternoon, it's because he mad at me about what we just said.
Bro, what I'm about to say about make a lot of people mad, and I really don't care.
That's all right.
I think Archie Manning is overhyped.
Ooh.
I don't think he have improved anything yet. Cause this is the thing. I heard somebody say this. If Archie Manning was so good, why wasn't he starting last year? Cause you want to play the best quarterback, right? And they trying to put the Heisman Trophy in his hands already. They're trying to give Texas the SEC championship. bro, when you go against Alabama, got the best secondary coming back in the SEC this year for the experience and the talent. Right. And you got to play all these defenses, bro. I don't think he's gonna live up to the hype that everybody put on him. I think it's more the name that why they giving him this credit or whatever. But I don't think he's gonna have a year that everybody, he gonna get good. But I don't think he's gonna have a year everybody putting on him to have this year.
Alabama gonna be in the championship game.
Yeah,
you should. Now is it divisions or are we just? It's a free for all.
It's a free fall. There's no East and West anymore.
The best two teams are going to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, then I'm probably gonna say Georgia and Texas or Georgia and Alabama.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Cause I think what I think. I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate with you, Smoke. So I think that Archie Manning is gonna come out and Texas is gonna win a lot of ball games, but I think he's gonna look more like Tim Tebow than Eli Manning.
Yep. He's not a drop back, beat you with his arm type of guy. Now, can he throw the ball? Yes. Yeah. Can he throw majority of the tree? Yes.
Dang.
I haven't seen him throw that opposite side out though.
No.
I haven't seen
him.
And you probably won't.
Right.
And you probably won't.
And I haven't seen him 5-step drop, 3-step up, 1 to the side, square throw. I haven't seen that because he does it to run. So to your point, he's more of a dual threat in that offense. But I will say this though. With Sark back there, you can't count him out.
Hey, look.
Well, no, you can't. You can't. You can't.
They got the talent, and they got the talent. I think that he's got that Manning edge that's going to make him be good as a leader, and I think it's going to make him be good when it comes to leading his team and winning games. But I think you can scheme him up, and the reason I believe that, I think about the couple games he started last year while Ewers was hurt, and he was throwing. I mean, he dominated. He had 260, 300 yards, 350. He had big passing numbers because they were trying to make him look a certain way. He threw for 3 touchdowns in each game, but there were the 2 interceptions. Those were the things that kind of made me feel like those were concerning because they weren't like it wasn't like the ball got tipped off the receiver and it bounced into the linebacker's hand. No, he got baited into something dumb. And maybe he'll learn now that he's taking number 1, reps with the number 1 team. He's been taking them all summer, and who's to say? But I think we're not gonna see the traditional drop back passer that comes from the Manning family. And I believe that I'm not putting him in the conference championship. If I'm a betting man, and I am, I'm betting on Georgia and Alabama. But
can't go wrong there.
It's the SEC, bro. And Arkansas gonna win some games they're not supposed to. The problem is they're gonna probably lose some games they're not supposed to. And so, what's even worse is they're gonna lose some games where they probably could have won it. But from an Arkansas standpoint, and the same thing, Ole Miss gonna win some games they're not supposed to. Vanderbilt, Tennessee, South Carolina. It's 16 teams in the league, and 12 of them are going to win a lot of games they're not supposed to win. And so when you put that all together, you got to walk through that. And shame on the Big Ten, man. Shame on the Big Ten, the ACC. That was the team that was talking, the conference that was saying, oh, well, we're just not going to have any, whatever kind of non-conference, even though Texas play Ohio State and LSU play Clemson, and this first week is gonna be a doozy.
I can't wait.
Oh man, football is back.
And listen, I'm not a big NFL guy. I watch NFL, but I'm a big college guy.
Big college guy. But he said something, bro, and I can't get mad at what he said. Alabama go in there and they beat Georgia. Go to Vanderbilt and lose. Alabama go.
Fine-tune thing. Everybody can get up for Georgia.
Right.
And you get up for the game that you're supposed to win by 40. And they do a great job of keeping them focused and away from rat poison. Think about it, this man was going there on Wednesday. Wednesday gonna be a tough practice. He go in there and talk about we didn't tackle work for nothing. The quarterback can't do this. The O-line's not blocking, the DBs. And he challenging them every day. Yeah. I don't know if the boy is doing that. See, everybody.
Alabama go to LSU, beat LSU, go to Oklahoma, get blown out.
I'm gonna tell you.
I can't get mad at him saying that because it's the truth, man.
I'm gonna tell you, Mark. The truth of the matter is, you say you don't know if he's doing that. I can tell you with great certainty, he's not. Yeah. Kalen DeBoer is not doing it, and because if he was, you would see it, right? Like, and it's different, and this is a different day and age, and that's why Saban retired. It's a different day and age, but at the end of the day, like, there's still a level of as you say, fine tune. And so what used to interest me the most about Saban, this is how I knew, this is when I kind of knew this man was special. Saban would get upset after a 37-point win.
Yeah.
But he would be more mad after a 37-point win than he would be after a 3-point loss.
Yeah. He mad at the 37-point win because the last two possessions was 3 and out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a you know what it was a viral video that went around for a while. The rapping preacher was talking about it. It was what was this? It was, I want to say it was a conference it was a championship game or something. And Alabama was beating the pants off Clemson. It was like 37 or whatever. They were up big. They had scored 40 points, and the center was arguing with the quarterback.
Yeah, I remember that.
So that's what Nick Saban was. Nick Saban had these players so finely tuned that we can't make a mistake. I don't care what that scoreboard say.
Yeah.
I don't care what quarter it is. I don't care what game it is. This is the final game for a lot of players. Those two guys both were getting ready to go work out at the combine. But they were, in that moment, all that mattered is you need to execute. We need to
do
go
your job. Do your job.
I don't know y'all remember the game, but this went viral too. I think it was the end of the game. Alabama was up like 3 touchdowns. They were about to win, and he had the second team in. And Nick, he looking at the defense. The other team about to score. He didn't want the other team to score with like 50 seconds left on the clock. Right. Nick Saban called the timeout and was fussing at the guy. Y'all got no points. What is the point? Y'all got no points. You got to watch the play. Y'all. They about to go, about to win this game or whatever, up 3 touchdowns, got the second team in, but in his mind, that second team one day going to be the first team. So you need to let them know there's no time, there's no point. Yeah, there's no points on that clock that you need to be paying attention to. You need to be paying attention to the game. They really celebrate already. And that's what made him the GOAT, man, those little details right there.
Mark, did you get to go? Were you recruited by Saban?
Nope, it was Mike Shulett when Alabama was recruited.
Oh yeah. That's right. You were.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
so you got recruited by Mike Shulett?
Yeah. Matter of fact, they was in my Final Four. They wanted me to play in back when Mark Anderson was there, and they came. They had recruited me, and I had talked to them a couple times, but they actually came to my very last high school game against McClellan. It was like 40 degrees. It was wet, nasty. And I had one of the best games of my life defensively. Yeah. And coach had been there all day. And he was like, I want you to play DN. And Coach Flanagan was so mad I didn't go to Alabama.
Yeah.
But see, I was going to Florida. I committed to Florida actually on my visit on January 16th. I committed to Florida. But then guy from the board was like, Coach Zook going to get fired. And I didn't know Urban Meyer was going to come in, but you know.
Well, the more we know.
You live and you learn.
Hey man, look, so Mark, I've always wanted to know this, and I don't know if we've actually talked about this. Do you remember Dedrick Poole's recruiting process?
So D Poole, actually, I can't say every school that he was considering, but I know his final 3. Now keep in mind, D Poole's a guy who's really loyal about who's loyal to him. And Arkansas showed him a lot of love. Coach Rip, and God bless the dead, but Coach Rip was taking us up there to Coach Nutt a lot of times, and he felt the love. Yeah. But he had Tennessee and Miami in his final 3. I know.
So let me set the stage for you, Smoke. Dedrick Poole, 5'11", 6 feet. 4.
Wait, what? How tall is he?
Well, he was 5.
He was taller than that.
He about 5'9".
5'9".
We listened to him at 5'11" his whole career. That boy about 5'9".
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna tell you. I can't remember his height. I can remember his that 4.39 40.
He was the shiftiest guy I've ever seen. So Was he fast? Yes, but more than anything, he was elusive. He was truly Ward Dunn.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. The way he could move, he had a gear, Smoke. He had a gear that the state of Arkansas don't produce that often. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest. Now we done produce some athletes. We done produce some, but he had a gear. I don't know what gear it was, because some of us had. I had one gear and it was slow. Mark had 2 gears, and it was a few people that had 3 gears.
I'm a gamer. I don't test well.
D Pool had a 5th gear when nobody else had a 4th sometimes. Man,
Bro,
the way.
I'm saying about this guy all the time. I've been to LSU games. I've been at NFL games, been Alabama games. There's a guy that I played that I remember in high school named Ladera Young. He ran a 4.2 something, and it was our junior year. I haven't seen nobody run his fast yet. Like I said, I've been to LSU game, been to Alabama games. When he was on a track team and he ran the 4x100. I don't care what kind of lead the other team had. When he got it at the end, bro, it was no contest. I want to put his name out there, whatever. The fast guy I ever seen in my life. He played basketball with us. There was no being on a fast break with him. He was a fast break. He, from one end of the floor to the other, if you're in front of him, he gonna catch up with you sooner or later, whatever. So, we have some tremendous athletes, man, back in Mississippi, but right, he had some stuff happen there. He didn't finish high school or whatever. But bro, that dude, man, just a legend in my mind out of all these years. Fast dude I haven't seen in my life.
That's the type of guy D Pool was. Dedrick Poole was a true athlete. When I say I give him 5'10", he was a true athlete, but he had so much competitiveness in him.
Yeah,
he was tough. He was truly the 1993 version of Ward Dunn all through high school. 2,000-yard rusher guy. If Cedric Houston doesn't commit to Tennessee first, I think he goes to Tennessee.
So that was the big thing. So, and that was the reason why I bring this up, Mark, because I know you knew Dedrick a lot better than I did. I knew him just from competition, and we had a healthy rivalry. You know me. If I couldn't do nothing else, I was an all-star trash talker. So I talk better than I played sometimes. Smoke. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Regardless, always talk. Never shut up. You know that song like that? You talk too much, and you never shut up.
That's why you got the podcast now, huh?
Yeah, it's worked out. But to be fair, Mark can attest that occasionally I have school documents saying that I had excessive talking, and so
sure.
But however, I would talk. Me and D Pool would talk, and we would. But one time I saw him at a basketball game. And we kind of had a real moment because I wanted to understand his process, man. I certainly wasn't going through such a high ranking process like this, and so I just kind of wanted to know the understanding, the ins and outs of it. And
He's
so,
an Arkansas kid, loyal Arkansas kid. He knew he wanted to be Arkansas. Now he had choices, and I personally think he hadn't told me this. I personally think if Cedric Houston doesn't go to Tennessee, he goes.
Right.
Think about it. Just like if D Pool don't go to Arkansas, D'Angelo Williams might go to Arkansas.
Yeah, and there was a lot of dominoes that fell. What confused me though was I said, D Pool, why are you thinking about Arkansas? Because I don't know what his top 3 was, but I remember in his top 10, top 5, I know all 3 Florida schools: Florida, Florida State, Miami, Michigan was on that top 10 list. Obviously Arkansas, which is where he ended up going. Smoke. He ended up committing to Arkansas. Okay. And then I know Tennessee was there because this was the late 90s, early 2000s when you're talking about
This 2002.
Yeah, so Philip Fulmer was still there. They were recent champions. Florida State was a recent champion. I couldn't, and what I had heard was that he wanted to stay close to home. Because me personally, I would have chose Michigan out of that bunch.
As a running back.
Yeah, that would have been his best option. He was a running back, and to his point, like Mark was saying, man, I've never seen somebody change directions and get back to full speed so quickly. Like you know what? Think about all those highlights you see of Le'Veon Bell, how he came to a complete stop.
Yeah,
right back to it.
Right.
Dedrick Poole he would bring his feet to a dead stop.
Wow. He would do dirty right in his eye. smiled and took off across the field and ran for 60 more yards.
Yeah, dude, and I'm talking about we talking about a level of, like I said, he had a gear like where some people only had third gear, he had fifth. This dude would, and he could get to it fast. Yeah. I mean, we talking about a special running back, and you know, and so my question, Mark, and that's what I was gonna ask you is if you knew like what led him down, you know, to because the other thing about Arkansas was they had Darius Howard from West Memphis. They had
the Corey Birmingham still there.
In Birmingham. Those are the two. Those were the future guys.
Fred Galley was there his freshman year. Fred Galley was there.
Well, and then
Brandon Holmes was there his freshman year.
And then also to think about it, right? So this was 2002. So by the time that Dedrick finally was gonna really get the bulk of, you know, the lead share of the carries would be like 2004, maybe 2005. And guess who's coming in 2005? Darren McFadden.
Guess who came in 2004? Guess who came in 2004?
Oh, that was loaded.
Yeah. So
Felix Jones.
Yeah, like in my mind, if I'm just playing this out, and I know hindsight's 2020, and again, I was a zero star. I walked on at a Division II school, so be it far beyond me to kind of speak to what he was thinking. But in my mind, I'm just like, man, if I'm playing this out, I can't as much as I want. And I told him in our conversation, hey man, maybe you shouldn't go to Arkansas.
We all fell. We all drank the Kool-Aid. We all fell for it. We all had reasons that now wouldn't be a problem. That kind of led us there. So you know,
I like what Mark tells it. Mark lets us in on a part of the story.
Listen, okay. Do we have time for me to go down this rabbit hole really quick?
Go ahead, man.
People often say, Mark, man, you played for the Razorback. Why aren't you a fan? First of all, I tell you this. When you leave college, they don't give a damn about you no more. When your eligibility up, ain't nobody call me and say, how your son doing? You need a job, none of that. But
wow,
I watched that time as much good as they did for some players.
Sure.
I watched them mismanage talent. I came in 2000. I was in the 2004 signing class. We had guys like Marcus Monk, we had Felix Jones, we had Peyton Hillis, but already on campus were guys like Cedric Washington, guys like Chris Baker. We had a pro-style offensive type of talent.
Yeah.
But yet we had a 1976 Junction Boys offense because we had Matt Jones as our quarterback. I said it is. Dedrick Poole, every day he woke up in Fayetteville, Arkansas, was the best running back on campus. No disrespect to anybody else. I played with him, my guy. The D Poole was the best. They played that man at safety. They played that man at running back. They played him everywhere they want to play him. The guy in 2004 played against the number one ranked team in the country in Texas. Had 76, 80 yards on very few carries. The next week, we played Louisiana Monroe and Little Rock, and he couldn't touch the field. That's the type of stuff we had going on the hill at that time. People don't know this.
Yeah.
Darren McFadden did not come to Arkansas as a running back.
He came as they wanted to make him a safety.
He was a safety. Do you know why he played running back? Because a couple weeks before our first game, maybe it was in fall camp, Felix tweaked his hamstring, and we need another running back. And once he came over, they was like, okay, gonna play running back. We played Missouri State the first game. Did his thing. But that second game, we played USC. And when he got that kickoff and ran it back, then the next week we played Alabama and he hit D'Amico Ryans with that stiff arm on that bench over here. He had
to make sure you throw that in there, huh?
And he cut about 60 yards that way. The rest is history.
Yeah.
But they was gonna put the man at safety. Kevin Thornton came in from Little Rock Central, one of the most instinctive defensive players I've ever seen. They want to make him a linebacker. We mismanaged talent, bro. We mismanaged talent. We had top 10 talent. We just didn't have top 10 management.
But you know, and look, that speaks to a different era too. Because you know, look, we talked about Saban and what he does. You know, a lot of people. So I have shout out my man Wayne Hall, who was he coached at Harvard for quite a while, and he said he would say in his time he would go to coach. He would go to like it was Saban hosted coaches camps, and so he would talk a little bit about just like the way Saban ran his team. Yeah. Saban was a CEO type of guy.
Yeah.
And so your coordinators ran their departments,
Yeah.
right? And then you report back to the CEO. But he didn't micromanage. He didn't do a whole lot of extra, looking over his shoulder. Because if he didn't trust you like that, you just wasn't gonna be there very long. I.e. Lane Kiffin. But it really boiled down to just having, Saban managed better, right? You think about the type of talent that God love him. If they brought in Nut as the AD, tell me that. So before I finish, tell me that, Mark. What would you think about Nut being an AD?
I think he'd be a better AD than he probably would have been as a head coach. Matter of fact, it's like one thing about him, he's an inspirational guy. He's a motivational guy.
Absolutely.
But listen, over the years, I've probably said some things about how he managed the team, but also I know he wasn't necessarily running the team.
Okay.
A lot of times I walked in that Broad complex, and when you put your ear to the right, you hear a lot of argument going down that hallway where Coach Broad was. Yeah. And there was a lot of Tysons in them and talking about, hey, we need to listen, we got this guy, we need to do this. Think about this. Coach Nutt was at University of Arkansas when he came out of high school, transferred to Oklahoma State. Why? Because Oklahoma State threw the football. He got the coaching. He went to Murray State and Boise State. What did they do? They threw the football. He comes to Arkansas in 1998 following Danny Ford. What did they do? They threw the football. But the next year, hand that ball off.
Yeah,
they ran.
Because that was the thing, is that was what Sterner was brought in to be, is a passer. He was the missing piece as a passer that completed that offense. And so you saying that, man.
Roy Wiki is the reason I actually decided to come. Because when I decommitted from Florida, I still probably going to go to Arkansas. I was going to go play defensive end in Alabama. But Roy Wiki came in as offensive coordinator. He came from one of them Illinois schools. Great offensive mind.
Mark, speaking of mismanagement, where would we be if Dak Prescott would have went to LSU to play tight end? They tried to recruit him to go to LSU to play tight end. What in the world?
The Cowboys probably win if that was the case.
Yo, that's a mouthful right there. I'm so sorry, man. That is a mouthful. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, I am the angry Puerto Rican. I am always angry, but that is probably an angry hot take right there. Oh, my God. What if he would have went to LSU as a tight end? Wow.
Angry hot take. Is angry certified from the angry Puerto Rican.
Wow. Keith, I don't know you very well, but wow. That is a take.
You done blew his mind.
I guess the LSU fan we got right here.
Ooh,
yeah, I'm not an LSU fan. I'm just like, whoa.
No. All I know is if he go play tight end at LSU, the Cowboys might actually win 2 or 3 playoff games.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. I think when it comes to the Cowboys, we just talked about it in Alabama. I think there's a culture that needs to be washed and cleansed, and I don't think we're gonna get there until we get a new until the Cowboys get a new. The
Cowboys don't draft well though. Yeah. They don't have any forward thinking. There's nobody behind Dak to push Dak, so Dak could be in cruise control, and you done paid him all this money. Defensively, y'all drafted a guy who blew his ACL like 2 months before y'all drafted
Jalen Smith.
Yeah, Jalen Smith. Yeah,
they do.
Look. Yo, you preaching to the choir over there, Mark. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You preaching to the choir. I've done said this. As long as Jerry Jones is owning that team, they will always be secondary to none of losers. And I don't mean that in a most. I don't mean that in a harsh way at all to any Cowboy fan at all.
Harsh way.
I don't mean that in a way. I will say this. The way it's being ran, the way you look at the Cowboys and the way they're structured, it's like Jerry Jones is setting that team up for failure. And it's almost like he's gambling with this team than an athlete gambling with this team.
Say, hold on.
Just saying.
Listen, hold on. Talk about an angry hot take. That's a bar right there, man. It's almost like he's gambling with the team, and maybe that needs to be some investigation. But truth of the matter is, man, because Cause like I told you, I played with that's literally the first team I played with when I got on Madden was the Cowboys. And you look at a lot of them pieces, and you put that piece of that puzzle together, you see some talent. Now I don't know if Schottenheimer can handle this talent. I don't know if they're gonna put all the pieces together, especially when you talk about mismanagement and taking away one of the best defenders in the league. I mean, there's something that's got to be said, about this poor management of talent. I think it's absolutely you hit a bar with that
And
one,
it's
bro.
not,
You hit
yo,
a bar with that
Blanca,
one.
it's not just this year though. You gotta look at it. Blanca, it's not just this year.
No, it's not. It's
You're
not.
looking at
Yeah.
it's like the last 4 or 5 years where they've had an opportunity to make changes to the roster. Look, I'm a diehard Washington fan, but I'm an NFL fan in general. I love football.
Yeah, I love good football.
I don't want to see I want the Cowboys at its best. I'm a Washington fan. I want to see them at their best. I don't want to see them at their worst, where people can make the excuse. No, I want to see them at their best. It's like, yo, if you're a Cleveland fan in 06, you know what I mean, or 06, 07, 2016, you don't want to play Golden State at all.
Right.
Without their best.
Yeah.
You want their best. It's the same thing. I don't want to play them at all without them being their best.
Right.
And when you look at the way they have been built, you look at the way they've been structured, what does that say about their owner if you look at it and you can't even sign your star defensive player at all? And you got Joe Milton out here looking like Patrick Mahomes in the preseason, in practice. And you got dude looking like, oh, well, I don't know. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go over here to the Rams organization with Jerry Jones, and I'm going to throw a conundrum. I'm going to be like, hey, you know what? We'll meet you in the NFC Championship. Now, hey, Dak, do you know something I don't know? Do you know something I don't see? Because what I see on paper is, excuse my language, fucking trash.
Yeah.
What I see from you guys on a daily basis is, oh, we can't sign our star players.
He don't want to, is what it boils down to. But look, man,
And it's sabotage if you look at it. So why isn't Jerry Jones being investigated for gambling on a team that he's had money on? What are you doing? Because at the end of the day, you've had the roster, you've had the people, and you've had the personnel, and you have literally every day shitted on your team for what?
Man, that's a whole nother episode by itself.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Look, man, it's been a good time for
Sorry
sure.
it took me so long, man. Look, man, I get up. Look, I get up early now, man. So I'm tired now.
Yeah,
so I fell asleep, woke up, man. So my
You're
fault.
an old man. So look, before we go from one foodie to another.
Yeah, I'm an old man.
Smokey Watson, before you go, you gotta tell everybody where they can find you. And I'm gonna do the rest because you tell them where they can find you and give us a shameless plug about the best barbecue in all of Louisiana.
Bro, man, we've been open 5 years now, man. We at 9932 Greenwell Springs Road here in the city of Baton Rouge, man. We open Wednesday through Saturday from 11 to 6. Got them smoked oxtails Wednesday and Saturday. We do beef ribs on that's Louisiana style brisket right there. We do beef ribs on Saturdays, man. We do beef ribs on Saturdays. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. And bro, we just trying to do our part of cooking some of the best food that Baton Rouge and Louisiana can get, man. We just want to be in that conversation of one of the best barbecue states in the country. People they sleep on Louisiana barbecue, so I just try to make sure I do my part in bringing Louisiana some, bringing them some namesake, man. Cause we kind of get looked over when it comes to barbecue or whatever. So yeah.
Listen, up until I found you, I had just in my mind I committed that Louisiana couldn't barbecue. That's what I said. And we walked in as soon as your wife pulled that window back, and now that smoke came rolling out, bro. That was all I needed. That was all I needed to know, man. So, but look, like I said, man, I know.
No, wait, no, give me a second here. Y'all been on for a second.
You too late. You late to the party, baby.
I'm late. An hour and 45 minutes later, talking about hold on.
Wait. I just want to know what I got to do to get some of those smoked cocktails, man.
Bro, come and talk to me Saturday, man. Come meet me over there in Baton Rouge, man. Saturday. I got you.
Man, it's kind of hard. I'm in Arkansas.
Listen, right, you're right. Go to SmokeyWatsonBR.com and you can order some, get shipped to your front door.
Wow.
SmokeyWatsonBR.com, they get shipped to your front door.
You mean to tell me I've been driving all the way to Greenwell Springs?
I don't need you, Blocker. I don't need you at all.
No, I'm coming up.
I don't need you.
I need it hot. Cause look, this the key, right? I order the ribs and I order the large sides, and then I order a smoked turkey wing to eat while I wait. So that way I don't eat all the food before we get to. Hey, Mark, these smoked turkey wings.
He said he ordered a smoked turkey wings.
Yo, Mark, you hear that, right? So he don't make sure he don't save none of that food for his kids.
No, they don't need it. They don't need none of the wings. They getting the ribs. They getting the ribs.
He don't eat none of the food. Like he don't eat none of the food. He just be.
That boy said, I got.
Hey,
and the kids probably like, yo, Dad, where mine at?
That's him. That's what he do too. He absolutely right. That's what he do.
I ain't gonna front. I bought my son a smoked turkey wing. When I tell you he had the foil to his forehead, licking the foil, I promise you I'm not playing, bro. I promise you I'm not. Smoke, I ain't trying to make you laugh. I'm telling you the truth. Bro, them turkey wings is it, bro.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes, sir.
And tomorrow, Friday, I'm on the way. As soon as I get my haircut, I'm on the way to you, Smoke.
I got you, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, dog. Look, this ain't gonna be your last time.
Hey, this better be one of those spots.
Hey,
Blocker, this better be one of the spots when I come up to visit. Man.
This is one of the spots.
This is one of the spots I get taken to.
This is one of the spots I was telling you. I ain't want to tell everybody. I done told everybody on my podcast now. So Smoke, you got to keep the price the same for me. You can raise it for everybody. Hey man, look, we had a blast, man, and this is the perfect way for me to enjoy our anniversary episode. Man, thank you again to Mark. Thank you again to Aunt Blue. You know, before he left, thank you to him. Smoke, thank you, man. I really appreciate. Oh dang, Aunt, we were supposed to invite V. we're gonna have to have a second episode then. Well,
yo,
look,
we
man.
don't have to because I'm not okay with this. I'm sorry. Look, I'm not okay with this at all.
I called you at 7 when I got to the house, man.
Look, man, I'm sorry. I called you earlier, and then it was like, hey, another 30 minutes.
He took a nap.
Yo, I took a nap.
I gotta get tickets to this LSU Florida game so I can come down now.
Come on down. Look,
I got an excuse. Hey, look, I just want to let all LSU fans know, yo, if I come down there, it's not because I'm there to see you guys.
Yes, it is.
I'm there to go eat some of this food that is being talked about right now. That is the only reason why I'm coming down there. I'm not there to root for you LSU Tigers. I don't want to root for any of these LSU Tigers.
Wow.
I am a Woo Pig Suey. I am a Razorback. I am a Razorback for life. But if I go down there, I'm coming to eat food.
This the thing. When you get done eating all that food, you start talking like Ed Ogeron. Like that be the thing. Like, but you get the etouffee. Hey, bro, give me some. Hey, man, listen.
Start talking like a chainsaw.
Well, look, man. First, let me say thank you to everybody that's joining us. It's like everybody that's watching us, man. Thank y'all so much, man. My heart is full as my stomach gonna be tomorrow after I get through this Smokey Watson, man. I thank y'all so much for joining us. And as I always say, man, tough times don't last. Tough people do, man. Thank y'all for watching the Fanatic Sports Podcast.